The tool that I'm going to talk about today is designing a wiki using views. The best way to describe a wiki is, hey, it's like Wikipedia. That's what I said to the students. The students created 4 pages in which they addressed the items of their assessment, the 4 elements of the servicescape, which was part of their brief, and they were able to link each page and each concept by various live links on the page. It was composed of both text and of photos and videos. I used that tool as an assessment item. I changed a conventional written report, used the ideas from it and changed it from being a written report that the students would submit into being a wiki that they submitted as well, and it was assessed. The student brief was to visit a hospitality facility, hotel accommodation facility, look at 4 elements of the servicescape, which are 4 elements from the customer's point of view of the accommodation facility's lobby, take photographs and then construct the wiki with the explanation of the particular 4 areas of the servicescape that they'd chosen to elaborate on. Most of the students really enjoyed it. Not only did they have to, well, it sounds very easy, take photographs and write a little bit and upload it to the wiki, but they actually had to work out how the wiki worked because I didn't give them particular instructions. I found that if I'd given them instructions on how to build a wiki, I would have got a whole lot of assignments that were exactly the same, which was really what I was trying to avoid. I wanted the students to be creative, and so I gave them the brief, but I didn't actually tell them how to do it. So they had to go out and find out how to work this tool. They found it quite confronting because they'd never used it before, and the various stages of success, there were some technical problems that they encountered which were really out of their control, but for the most part they learnt 2 things. They learnt how to use the wiki and how to use the technology, and they also learnt from the experience.
We use the wiki for a accommodation assignment about getting information on hotels and displaying that information to the class in a sort of new way and light. I think we used we used photos. We also use videos that we'd taken from our phones and from cameras. Getting that onto the page was a whole different scenario, but we were able to put a handful of different media in the page and make it work really well. The way information is moving towards the web and these wiki sites, are becoming more and more popular each and every day. I think it's certainly an opportunity for students to learn something new and something that's going to be relevant and benefit them in the future.
Advice to people who are thinking of using something like a wiki. My wiki had to be marked, and I found that although I enjoyed marking it and it was very interesting to see the creative processes of the student groups, I found that I had used conventional marking techniques to mark the wiki, which was an unconventional assessment item. So if I was to use it in future, I would do more research into how to mark a wiki than I did this time. Right. When I first thought of implementing the wiki, I contacted the blended learning team. Their advice was invaluable. So I would say to any staff member, whatever picture you've got in your head of a blended learning tool that you don't quite know how to put it down and how to implement it, the blended learning team is there right behind you and provides you all that extra help. The success of the wiki, and I think it was a great success and I'll use it again, it's impacted on my teaching. It's made me a lot more confident in learning and using blended learning tools. I'd be much more adventurous perhaps in using some of the tools of blended learning than I might have been before. Now that I've tried it out successfully once, I'd be happy to try other ways of blended learning.